Daniel Moor riding here today, recently arriving from Victoria.
Daniel Moor enjoying great success here in Brisbane.
Dan Moor, what a welcome addition to Queensland he's been, and well done, Dan.
Yeah, it was a decision I didn't take lightly. I'd put some thought into it, and I'd actually been thinking for a few months, sort of leading up to the actual move, that I needed a bit of a change and a bit of a refresh, and racing in Victoria is pretty gruelling and demanding. So just looked around at a few other states, and I think the appeal of Brisbane was, the weather, the amount of racing per week, and just the lifestyle, really. You need to watch the racing in depth. I'd often watch racing in Brisbane on the TV, in the jockey's room, be it between races and things like that, but you need to take a keen eye on what horses you'd like to identify to try and ride, who you'd like to try and ride for, and there's a lot of homework that goes into it. So I did that. Once I come to the decision after a sort of couple of months that Brisbane was where I was going to have a crack, kept a good eye on that. Touched base with a few trainers before I got here, but I find that getting here and getting straight into it and getting your boots on the ground and getting your hands dirty as soon as you can and working hard sort of tends to help.
Then kick up high, some stylers beaten now. Chicago King ran to the lead, kick up high, went to it and beat it. Not a bad way for Daniel Moor to start his riding stint in southeast Queensland. First ride, a winning one.
My family's paramount, and that's the reason why I've essentially come up, to spend more time with them and not be completely engrossed by the game 24/7. So their priority, so the priority is finding schools for my kids, finding a place to live, and sort of trying to make it as smooth as possible. So we live on just under 5 acres out at Mount Macedon. We've got some horses and animals and things like that to organise. Lucky I've got a good wife that's got some experience in moving, be it when we sort of went to Hong Kong, Singapore and Mauritius. So I'm lucky to have her on side, but there are a lot of challenges in getting them up here, but hopefully we can do that in the new year.
Surprise only reached the lead. Cosmo Centaurus rallying strongly on the outside. Go Cosmo! Cosmo Centaurus raced away from Surprise Honey, and Cosmo Centaurus is too good.
Obviously Magic Millions 2-year-old's coming up as well, that we've sort of got to think of long range. I'm riding some progressive types. A horse like Cosmo Centaurus, I think he's a progressive type horse I think now he's a fully furnished article. This preparation, I think we'll probably see the best of him, where he heads to sort of a little unknown at the moment, but it's more identifying those horses that you want to try and get on. Obviously it is very competitive up here. There's a great base of riders, on the side of youth and experience, so I think there's a great mix there, but I'm just looking forward to getting into the carnival and working hard and trying to find something that bobs up. A horse called Kick Up High for Desley Forster, she made a pretty rapid sort of rise up in the ratings this time in work. She may head to sort of one of the races on the day, and there's a few others that are sort of heading in that way. They do need to bounce up in the rating to sort of warrant being there, but they're progressive enough types, and I've touched base with a few trainers down south when it comes to the 2-year-olds too, because obviously it's a strong market, the Magic Millions market, and Melbourne's a pretty prolific buyer. So if I can't find one here, I'll try and find one down home.